Dear Mr. Tsamokos and dear Theodore, due to my age, if you allow me, I'll remain seated. No, today I got a gold medal from the mayor of Athens, and I said to him when I started to get those decorations very recently, it seems that I'm going to retire very soon. But anyway, let me present a few things to you before I do my best in responding to your questions or trying to find an answer to the issues that you're going to tackle. Number one, thank you for saying good things about Serbian economy. There are people that might like the leadership of Serbia. There are people that might not like us, but here are the results. The growth rate in 2018 was 4.4%. This year is going to be at least 4.0, maybe 4.1, although the start of the year was not that good. And I think in the last quarter we'll be #1 country regarding growth rate in entire Europe. In the third quarter we were #2. Hungarians were #1 with 4.8. We were #2 with 4.7. And apart from Ireland, of course. And speaking about the region of Western Balkans, we are pretty much predominant regarding FDI attractions. Last year we attracted 55% of overall Western Balkan investments. It means that Albania, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina plus Pristina, whatever you call it, they got 45% and we got 55%. And we got twice more than Bulgaria, which is of the same size country as we are, and almost twice more as Croatia, which are both EU countries. And also there is something important to be mentioned. We cut an unemployment rate from 25.9 to 9.5% in last 6 years. At the same time, when I became the Prime Minister, the public debt was 79% of GDP ratio. Today is 51% of GDP ratio. And this is the 4th year in a row in which we have a surplus in our budget. Next year it's foreseen a deficit of 0.3, but it won't happen. I can tell you that we'll have at least a very balanced budget, if not a surplus in our budget. Of course, there are a lot of difficulties. People are still very poor, which is not bad for you because they still have low wages, low salaries, but 5 years ago it was 334 euros. Average net salary today, I think in January is going to be 510, something like that, but we'll see an exact numbers in a month. And but still, it's not big, it's not huge, it's not something that will create an obstacle for Greek investors to come to Serbia. At the same time, I think that we have, together with Bulgarians, the lowest, not only VAT, but all the other taxes and tariffs in our country, which is good for your business. And I think that because I know there's the presence of real estate companies, construction companies here, that I think that the growth of construction industry in this year, which is going to be almost 39%, that became the real game changer. And of course industry production raised in a very proper way. And these are two engines of our growth. It means that there will be a lot of space for Greek companies in these fields as well. At the same time, there is another advantage that we can offer to everybody who would like to come to Serbia, investing into Serbia. That's a system of incentives and subsidies. Altogether we can incentivize someone up to 50% of company's investment. It means always 25, maximum 30% cash, and 20%, up to 20% infrastructural works power substations, construction, water supply, gas supply, roads, new roads, and everything else. We are very punctual. We are very accurate regarding that. We always deliver what we agree on, and this is something that helped us to attract mainly German investors in the recent time. And when I became the Prime Minister, it was 5 years ago, we used to have 17,000 people employed in German companies in Serbia. Today we have 62,000 people that are employed by Germans in our country. It shows something. It shows significant progress, at least, of course, and their much bigger interests. And here is Mr. Kefalogiannis, and I have already backed him to do something on creating the best possible railroad between border of North Macedonia and Thessaloniki, because we're going to start very soon building fast railroad between Belgrade and Niš. We are doing so between Belgrade, Novi Sad, and Subotica, connecting us with Budapest. And then we'll have a railroad for the speed from 120 up to 160 kilometers from Niš to Preševo. But it will create the very best railroad corridor, not only for Serbia, but for Greece as well, particularly bearing in mind the fact that Chinese took over Piraeus shipyard, and that can be really one of the most important corridors for Greek goods and everything that you should export towards European Union, Central Europe and Western Europe as well. We are ready to do so, and as you know, we did a lot. Speaking about infrastructural work, we finally finished that Corridor 10 southern branch from Niš to North Macedonian border. We did the same with the eastern branch from Niš to Sofia. That's what we did. Of course, we are not part of European Union. I think that will be progressing a bit faster than it used to be in the last 2-3 years, in next 2-3 years. But anyway, I don't see any difficulties and any hurdles apart from having some advantages for possible Greek investors if they come to Serbia. Also wanted to say that we are ready to work together with you, and not only offices of our ministers or Serbian Development Agency, but also my office, my people will always be at your disposal if you decide to investing into our country, and if there is a way to be helpful and supportive, I'm here to listen to you and to at least do my best and delivering some good results for you and for your companies. Thank you once again for listening to me. Thank you.